Adam Friedman, Rivals.com, here with National Recruiting Director Adam Gorney. The first half of the Rivals Camp Series is over. The second half is about to begin. We've seen some big-time players emerge. Some other big-time players really performed as expected. Guys really held up their end of the bargain when it came to their ranking. Adam, what other players out there did you see that really played up to your expectations in this first half of the Camp Series?
Yeah, Dallas was absolutely loaded, especially at offensive line. I think it's actually going to be a very good debate about how those guys play out, where they're ranked. I thought Kelvin Banks was the best one that I saw. Just a vicious, big offensive tackle, went after people. All the stuff we like to see from those guys. Very, long arms, athletic. But Will Campbell was very, very good too. Dominated the whole way. Cam Dewberry, after a slow start, which he admitted to, came back and just completely dominated people at right tackle. It'll be interesting to see the debate about whether he's a guard or tackle long term. The Jedrick Wills comparison is there. We decided to keep him at tackle, which worked out well. I thought that was really good. On offense, Walker Howard, definitely delivers the fastball really well. I think his ball sails a little bit. We'll have a conversation about him as a five-star quarterback, but Dallas was loaded on both sides of the ball. Very, very good. Atlanta also just very good, especially at the skill positions. A lot of 2023 guys that really stood out. AJ Harris was outstanding. So very good start of obviously a shortened camp season, but we're getting a lot of guys at these camps and pretty happy with the turnout and the skill level there.
Yeah, it's been really competitive compared to some of the other camps that we've been to. Some of these guys really get after it. There's a long one-on-one session that we really get to see a lot out of all of these players. I was really excited about the progress that five-star offensive tackle Julian Armella has made. He looked kind of like a guard. He was so wide the last time we saw him, but he's cut some bad weight, kept all of the strength and mobility, and has those instincts as a pass rusher that really impressed me. I love what he was able to do at the Miami Rivals camp. He was just tossing guys out on the edge, and he showed that edge, that nasty streak that college coaches love. And then I'm going to cheat again here with the five-star. Brandon Innes, man, this guy looks like he can do pretty much anything out there on the field. He isn't the fastest guy, but he is a excellent route runner. I love what he's able to do there. He can create a lot of separation, and he catches everything that's thrown his way. He made some really acrobatic catches at the camp on a couple of Sundays ago now. But let's move on here to some other guys that maybe weren't in the running for that MVP race ahead of the camp, but then came in and surprised us right when they got there, and really surprised us with their performance in one-on-ones and in the position drills. Adam, I know there was a couple of guys that fit that category for you here.
Yeah, one of the best looking guys and a guy that really delivered was Chris McClellan. We have him as a three-star right now. He's easily going to move up. There's no doubt in my mind. Versatile along the defensive line, physical, gets after it. A lot of the things that we like to see. One of the big surprises was Travion Williams. We didn't know really much about him. We didn't even have a picture on his database profile. Kid from Crystal Springs, Mississippi, kind of, in the middle of nowhere, tough to get to, doesn't attend a lot of events, those kinds of things. But after seeing him in Dallas, that kid is going to be special. Auburn, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, all involved very smartly. I think he's going to be a very, very talented player. And Tavius Woody at Atlanta, I thought was very, very good. Just a lot of guys all over the place. And we're going to see more. There's still 3 camps left. A lot of guys will emerge. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how it goes here.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of big-time players signed up for the remaining 3 stops on the Rivals Camp Series. We've got Indianapolis coming up this weekend. We've got New Jersey the following weekend. And then we've got the West Coast coming up at the very end, or the second to last weekend of May. So we're looking forward to seeing what happens with those guys. Adam, thanks so much for bringing your expertise here. We really like what we're able to see on this Rivals Camp Series, and we're looking forward to seeing some more big-time performances out there. Adam, do you have some guys that you might want to see later on in this camp series that you really want to see after their spring seasons, or having not been able to see them since 2 falls ago?
Yeah. I mean, Denai Dennis Sutton is a guy that, I wrote today that if we just ranked off of how kids look physically, he would definitely be easily top 5 in the country. Just, sort of a physical freak looking guy, jacked up, all those kinds of things. I think that's a kid in Jersey that I would love to see. And then in California, I've seen these guys before. It's not really going to be that much of a surprise, but I want to see, Damani Jackson against T-Mac, Tetero McMillan again. During the season, McMillan got the best of Jackson during that game. I think that's fair to say. I would like to see them again go after it a little bit. A one-on-one session would be perfect for that. If both show up, I think that will be phenomenal. But there are going to be guys that surprise. There are going to be guys that we want to see compared to other guys. Seeing Trevor Etienne in Dallas, comparing him against Raleek Brown that we will see in LA, that's going to be important. Sort of across the board, seeing Ernest Green deal with some speed rushers off the edge. He was excellent during the season. We will see how he does in Los Angeles at the camp. So still a lot to go and still a lot to see.
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple of guys that come into this New Jersey camp that I'm really excited about. Actually got a good look at him this past weekend at a camp. Andre Green, the 4-star receiver out of Virginia. He looks fantastic physically. I wish we were able to see more one-on-ones with him. Everybody only got a couple of reps, but in New Jersey, I'm looking for him to put on a show. You mentioned Denai Dennis Sutton. Just saw him as well. He looks fantastic physically. I know he's been working in the offseason, his extended offseason, on all of his techniques, his speed rushes, his inside moves. I'm looking forward to seeing him go up against some of those big guys up in New Jersey. And then a defensive end commit for Notre Dame, Aiden Gobira. He's also signed up. He had a monster spring season in Virginia. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's able to do against some of those really good offensive linemen that we're going to be having up at the New Jersey camp. And then on the West Coast, Malachi Nelson, I'd love to see what he's able to do. We saw all the highlights from this past season. We saw all the film we could. We've seen him in person a couple of times as well. I'm looking forward to getting him under the microscope again later on this camp season. But Adam, thanks again for all your expertise here. We're going to be looking forward to these last few stops. Keep it tuned to rivals.com and all of our team sites for all the latest news from these Rivals camps.